Hey everyone, welcome to another episode. I am happy to have you joining me today. We are going to be talking about one of the common pitfalls of new execs. It's a common pitfall. We're going through 4 of them this month. This is the 3rd one, and I'm ready to dive right into it. I hope that you are ready. Let's go ahead and kick this thing off. Today is all about earn it before you speak. That's what I'm calling it. Earning it before you speak. Now, what does that mean? You probably already have an idea, and I haven't even talked about it yet. It's a simple fact that when you step into an executive role, on day 1, you automatically have a seat at the table. It's yours. It comes with the title. It comes with the position. But many times, we hold ourselves back and we say, well, I know that I'm supposed to have this seat, but I don't feel like I'm ready for the seat, or I didn't prepare to exec, right? I missed the preparation piece like we talked about in the very first week of this series, right? In the first pitfall of self-blame and shame, rather. We talked about the fact that if we missed something, we missed the preparation and we didn't see that we needed to prepare, then maybe I'm not ready to do this at all. Maybe this is not meant to be. And so sometimes we can take that shame and self-blame and we can take it to the next level and say, well, because I missed this, maybe I'm not ready to sit and own the seat, and we tell ourselves that. Or maybe we were tapped on the shoulder. You know, I was tapped multiple times in my role, or in my executive career, rather, as I climbed the ladder. I think out of 9 positions that I held throughout my executive career, I actually interviewed for 3 of them, right? And so 2/3 of the time, I don't know that I felt 100% ready to step into the new role. And so when we're not quite ready, or we don't think we've earned it, or we think we've missed the mark, and what else have I missed, right? And we have a lot of doubt, then we hold ourselves back. We tell ourselves, I know I've got the seat, but I haven't earned the seat, and so I'm not going to speak up until I feel like I've earned the seat. Well, let me help you understand this very, very clearly. This is so important. The seat is not a perk. It's an expectation. The seat at the table and you using your voice and having a platform for you to speak and share your thoughts, opinions, and perspective, it's not a perk of your title. It's an expectation that the company has of you. And when you see that and you do that mental shift to understand, it's not that I get to go and use my voice when I'm ready. It's not that I get to go show up in the seat when I feel like I've earned it, or I'm ready to speak or share my thoughts, when I feel confident enough to go do it. That's not a perk. It's not an add-on. I am expected to go do this. That is a key component of being an executive. And so if I don't show up, if I don't go own my seat, if I don't share my thoughts and opinions, if I don't come out day 1 and I'm not kicking butt at this, or at least showing up and trying and putting in the effort to kick butt, I'm not performing. You see, showing up and owning the seat and using your voice, that is executive performance. That's a key component of executive success. We talked about last week that you have to put people over facts, right? So if you're holding back thinking that you're going to have all the facts before you use your voice, that's 2 pitfalls side by side, right? One is driving the other. But you're never going to know all the facts. It doesn't matter that you need to know all the facts. You know enough. You spent 10 years running the machine of the business that you now represent. If you don't have enough good judgment and enough knowledge of how the key things run and work, such that you can stand up and say, I think that this part of the business can handle that, or this part of the business needs this investment, or they're ready to run with this new program. You have enough knowledge to be able to influence and have those discussions. You have enough judgment to show up and share your perspective. You know how to effectively communicate. And if you don't, you can start to master quickly additional executive leadership skills. You're not going to be perfect at owning your seat and using your voice right out of the gate. No one expects perfection. But the company does expect that you show up and you start adding value. That is the expectation. So if you think that being an executive and having a seat and having a platform to share your voice and your opinion and influence others in order to move the business forward, if you think that's a perk that you haven't yet earned, you've got to change your mindset right now. That is a huge pitfall, and it will definitely hold your career back. right? Because what do executives do? Executives show up. Executives lead. Executives ask questions. They take up space in a way that helps move the business forward, right? Maybe you don't have knowledge to share yet, okay, because you want to ask a couple of questions to some people in the room. So ask the questions. Realize that my job at this point here at Legend Leaders and the way that I coach either through groups or one-on-one, or I go do trainings or I do speaking events, all of the above. I share information like I'm sharing with you now, but I ask a lot of questions because questions are equally as powerful, if not more powerful, than sharing knowledge. So if you're uncertain of what to share, at least ask questions because your seat isn't a perk. It's an expectation. Change your mindset. Get yourself out of that hole if you think that's where you are right now. And if you're about to step into the executive seat like we've been talking about, do not think that you can hold back. Do not focus on facts over people like we talked about last week. And do not take up space. Do not give up your seat at the table. Do not hold back. Walk in. Show that there's a reason that you're there. Show up with confidence and certainty. If you haven't prepared to exec, it's okay. You're preparing now. It's not too late. You've got this. Get the workbook, answer the questions from today. Please schedule a call with my team. If you're uncertain of where you are and you think that you're not showing up and owning your seat, or you want to step into the next level of owning your seat, you're ready to master some additional executive leadership skills, let us spend 30 minutes on the phone with you and give you an executive brand assessment. It's absolutely free to you, okay? It's a resource, just like this is a free resource. Tap into your free resources, okay? It will serve you, but you've got to raise your hand and you've got to ask for the help. And many times where you're in the pit, if you're in any of these pitfalls that we're talking about, you're in the pit of that pitfall and you're like, how do I get out of here? And you're looking up and you're like, I've got to get out of this. The way to get out is to ask for help. There's nothing wrong with it because we've all been there. So go ahead and jump on the phone. If you're not certain of where you are, at least get the workbook and let's help. But you cannot not own your seat. You have earned it. You are meant to be there. Listen to me when I tell you this. You've earned it. You're meant to be there. It's the place that you're meant to be. You're doubting. The rest of the world isn't. Go show them what you can do. Go speak up. Own your seat. You can do it. Go and be legendary.